comes down to heart. At some point in that ring, it comes down to heart.
So round 2 of 5 on this, our main event of the evening. And you can see that discipline, that focus on Deji's face and that movement. Do you know what, guys? I also like the way when he's under pressure, he steps in. Most people always step out, but you can step in to get inside those arms.
You can smother your opponent instead of retreating from your opponent. Alex Wassabi, he needs to read the fight. You know, Deji's got a good slip happening, but he should start bringing them up. You know, start bringing an uppercut up instead of a...
Who on earth is this? What has happened here?
What's going on here?
Oh, some guy wanted to make a name for himself, and he has been thrown bodily out of the ring. Wanted to make a big name for himself.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Only Nico or Milana can pull that off effectively. That was embarrassing.
Much so.
Well, giving our fighters time to regroup, and Alex very calm again as well, smiling, but we did not need this as it was building just nicely. Reminds me back in the old days, boys, before your time when the guy parachuted into the ring in a professional boxing bag.
Yes. I've seen the footage of that one. This is the modern day version.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the social media audience is where they can comment whatever they like on videos. It seems that they almost bring that to this sort of thing as well, where they feel like there's no rules, they can just do whatever they want. But that's not the case, and it just damages and tarnishes the reputation of what we're doing here.
I think even though he could have got a YouTube video out of that, maybe the way he left the ring ruined his video.
Oh yeah, I mean, the way he left was not the way he came in. It was like throwing out the rubbish, wasn't it? It was just like, whoop, out you go, son.
The main event is, we want to just see the action. We want to see the two guys. It was really starting to warm up as well.
That's the thing, and the thing that upsets me most for this is Deji was in the zone. He was moving nicely, he was slipping, he was countering. As we said, he was pushing back. How's this going to affect them both? Because he was right there in that zone.
Well, I think, look, it is giving them a breather. It's giving them a chance to get their thoughts together. Adrenaline would have settled now. And if anything, they're probably thinking, oh, ideal.
Well, got to commend Alex. That demeanour he brought into the ring is still there. That's, as you said, that smiley American Logan Paul style. He's coping with it very well, but let's get it. Oh, no, let's get it back on now.
Oh no, what's happening?
Oh no, please don't say this is over. I know one of the referee or judges at ringside was quite irate. Let's see what happens here. This would be a crime.
I've spoken to the officials, and we just want to ask every single one of you, just please, if you can step back from the ring, and if you possibly can, take your seats, because we really want this bout to continue. But that last act was very dangerous, and we're in danger of potentially calling this fight off. So please, everybody, take your seats. Let's relax and enjoy this last bout, your main event.
Just how much more tension can this young man take? He's got the weight of the show on his shoulders. He knows what this bout means to him, and right when he's getting into his groove, this happens as well. Unbelievable. You couldn't write this, guys. You couldn't write it.
I mean, I think Deji looks relaxed, to be honest. He's so elevated compared to previous fights. Mentally, he's strong. He just looks focused and ready to go.
This is good, I think, for Deji. I think it's good for both fighters, because you've had a round under the lights now, and now you've got even extra time to think about what you're going to do next. As much as it is an inconvenience, it can play in the fighters' favours.
So we're just waiting for the crowds to move back. And when we talk about a big crowd, we mean it here at Wembley. As you see on our monitor here, incredible crowd here, and we're going again. Well, boys,
Action
we really
back.
have had everything tonight. And I love that movement of Deji. So, as you said, still looks focused, Joe.
It's great movement, but yeah, we need to see some offense as well. It's all good dipping shots, but we need to see some attacking, or else the judges are just going to say, you're not doing enough, mate.
He has to stay switched on when he's in close as well, because Wassabi is active when the clinch is initiated. So he does need to stay switched on and not think that's a safe space.
And Vidal picking up on Joe's statement, the old statement, make them miss, make them pay. Don't just do half the job. Slip, counter.
That's it. That is the name of the game, to make the person miss and make them pay. He has made him pay, but not as much as he could have if he was in the right positions in the ring.
So it's Deji stalking Alex Wassabi, and every
Nice
time he
one,
lands, the crowd go crazy.
Wassabi returns.
I do think in the back of Deji's mind will be, don't gas out, do not gas out. And he knows that gassing out predominantly comes when he's attacking. So for me, that was an Alex Wassabi round. He was more active, connected more effectively.
Yes.
Deji does need to step up offensively now if he wants to make his mark in this contest.
I'd say it's one apiece right now. I think that's fair to say it's one apiece. In the first round, you can score Deji up on his defense, but then in the second round, if you're defending and the other guy begins to up his attack and neither of you are really landing, you have to go with the aggressor. And that's why I agree with Joe on the second round going in Wassabi's favour.
And that's why I was saying I'd like to see Deji do the second part of his job. He's slipping and moving so well. Slip and move, stepping forward, and then make him pay. Be in that position where once he's missed, you're in a position to capitalise. As you said, Vidal is being in the right position there.
That's it, and he can't be afraid to get tired. He can't be afraid to put his foot down. This is what he said. He said it's all or nothing. So you got to leave it out there. No point reserving the tank.
It's true, and if you're putting in work and working hard and getting tired, you're making your opponent put in work and getting tired because they're having to defend. So it's not just you.
But we talked about that second round. Look what it's done for the confidence of Alex Wassabi. Suddenly, he's the man in the middle of the ring pushing forward. A distinct change in his tactics for round 3.
He's realised, again, he's fighting away from home. We saw a close decision in the last fight with King Kenny and Fizz Temper. And he knows that he's going to have to leave his mark on this if he really wants to get the decision. Deji needs to attack more. At the moment, the slipping is brilliant, but we need to see the counters.
Joe, Alex is having a level of success with just a straight jab-cross combination.
Exactly that. I think if he engaged a few uppercuts, as Deji slips and puts his head down, if he came with a nice right uppercut, it could catch him nicely.
Indeed, or even take a half a step back, when Deji's ducking, he can take half a step back, give himself some leverage for an uppercut. He would have more success. But I still feel like he is winning this round.
And the pace has picked up from both of them as well. Let's not forget that. We've got a 5-rounder, and actually showing their cardio, the pace has increased in this third. And I think that's partly due to Alex coming forward now and asking questions of Deji.
Yeah, he's pushing the pace because he's realised that Deji's not in. He doesn't look like he's in there to work. It looks like he's trying to keep the pace low, and Wassabi's doing the opposite.
Yeah, it looks, the difference is one's looking to survive right now, and the other one's looking to attack. And Deji needs to feed off this crowd. They're chanting his name. He needs to put some shots together.
For sure.
Key moment, this, the third round of 5. And it's all about momentum, isn't it? And momentum is so key and if we look at round 2 and what's happening in round 3, the momentum is shifting unless Deji does something about it now.
There's a good double jab there and backhand from Deji. We need more of it. We need more of it. He's waiting too long to get those combinations off.
We're past that pivotal point. We're on the downward slide now, penultimate round 4. And it's a dangerous time for the hometown fighter now, Joe.
Correct. So, I have Alex winning 2-1 at the moment. This round 4 is pivotal for Deji. He needs to step up on it. I'm sure his trainer's going to be saying, look, some shots need to get loaded now. Let your hands go. Don't try and be perfect, because what can happen is you're searching for the perfect shot, the perfect opening, and you end up throwing nothing.
Right.
I know that very, very well. And basically, what it needs to come down to is Deji needs to make this a fight. Forget the boxing if it comes down to it. Make it a fight and just put the pressure on Alex Wassabi.
I believe Deji is stronger than Alex Wassabi physically, and he needs to show that now. Show the tank he is. Come out and really push Alex Wassabi back and push the face and win this fight convincingly.
And Vidal, not worry about the gas, go for it. Actually stay in the pocket, step there, and don't worry about the gas.
There's no need to worry about the gas. He's trained hard. He needs to believe in himself that he's trained hard. It's the penultimate round. It's a 2-minute round. You need to work.
That's better.
Straight left there from Deji.
Great from Deji.
it's made Alex Wassabi wake up, and as you can see, he's not trying to clinch. He is actively trying to work out of that clinch.
Well, the crowd responded to that beautiful left from Deji, but he really does, as you heard the lad say, he needs more of this. This is round 4, only 4 and 5 left. And again, he slips so beautifully.
He really does.
He needs to capitalise on this now. It would have given him confidence. Hopefully he remembers how he set up that shot and he deploys it some more.
When he slips to the outside, that left hook is a natural follow-up. Just bang with the left in as he slips outside, and he's going to catch Alex.
Oh, big shot from Alex Wassabi. He's been working in the clinches, I was saying a couple rounds ago. Deji has to stay switched on inside because Wassabi is active. And now we see the test of Deji's composure. He's taking a big clean shot. Will he keep himself together?
Yeah, but those clinches, they take your energy as well. Just holding on. You're tensing your whole body, and that can drain you.
For sure.
And now Alex Wassabi showing that he can slip with the best of them, and he threw that right as a counter afterwards. And then the uppercut right hand came in. Dangerous times for Deji here because Alex is growing in confidence.
Deji needs to do exactly what he's doing, which is hold and slow his momentum down. 25 seconds left, get back to the corner and finish off a boxing performance.
That's right, apart from that nice bit of success that Deji had with the nice left hand, I mean, he's finishing well here. I was about to say Alex has had the better shots, but if Deji continues this into the end of the round, it might impress the judges.
But Wassabi just comes back. It wasn't subtle, but he just threw 3 straight right hands to back Deji into his own corner at a pivotal time when the judges are looking with that pencil in hand.
Alex Wassabi is wide open for counters as he is coming to attack Deji. When he's coming in to attack Deji, he's throwing that right hand, he is open. If Deji just slipped and came back with that counter, it would change the whole tail of the fight. Hopefully his corner are saying that to him in the corner right now, because he can counter big off Alex Wassabi's aggressiveness.
That's right, and I feel like final round, Deji needs a KO. Deji needs to knock Alex Wassabi out here. Or at least knock him down.
For it, Joe, there was that beautiful left hand, but as Vidal said, he's never capitalised on it enough. He needs to stay in that pocket, bob and weave and counter, roll. When he rolls, as Vidal said, Alex is wide open, isn't he?
Yes, Alex is open as he's coming in. And in the clinches, Deji needs to stay alert. He is not as safe as he thinks he is up close.
So, 5th and final round. Sting in the tail, guys. Remember, this is all or nothing for that man in the red corner, and he now, I think, needs to have that attitude, all or nothing in this 5th round.
Agreed.
The crowd chanting his name. He needs to feel it. Let it pump through his veins. Forget getting tired. It doesn't matter. Everything is on the line here.
He did a beautiful little shoulder bump. The left hand was the natural follow-up, and he didn't throw it.
He threw a good straight left there, but then Wassabi comes back with the attack
Wassabi
now.
wants to end it right now.
And look, he's had enough.
And it's Wassabi saying, I'm not the one holding. And he's probably got a point there, you know.
I do see Wassabi's frustration, you know, from being held. And the referee should say to Deji to this excessive holding at this point.
Yeah, I think that's what frustrated him most, Joe, was the referee actually said to Wassabi, come on, son, stop holding. And Wassabi's going, it wasn't me.
It's difficult as well, you know. Both fighters clearly tired here. They're, if anything, playing possum a little bit, just, you know, waiting for the other one to do something.
Needs to let his hands go. He needs to let his hands go. Wassabi has looked like the only person who actually wants to win this fight with punches. You know, if this was a defensive game purely, Deji would win every round. Yep. But when it comes to the art of landing punches and being the aggressor, Wassabi has ticked that box every round.
Vidal has summed that up for me. It's so frustrating, Joe, is that half the job has been done and it's not enough.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult for Deji. You can tell he's improved so much. He's lasted the longest he's ever lasted, I believe, in a fight.
I agree. This is true.
It's just he's missing that final piece that boxing is all about.
And Alex caught him just with a straight jab cross combination game right at the end of the round. And in rounds 4 and 5, those last 10 seconds have seen Deji backed up in his own corner.
Listen, I saw Deji look way better than he did his last time out. He had great balance today. Good head movement. The feints were there, but the end product was missing.
Yeah,
and that is the punches.
Exactly, and you're looking at the body language of both guys here. You know, obviously we're seeing the replay of Alex's success and Deji retreating, but the body language initially here, Alex is celebrating and dancing. Deji is stood still, looking around, not sure. But in these replays, we can see, you know, that up-close aggressive attack that Alex had. There were a lot of misses, but there were some successful hits that he had in. And I think, you know, on my card, Alex Wassabi is the winner here.
It's just a shame so much of the job was done already. You know, so much of the job was done already, and all he had to do was get those